Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video and to the Facebook group. I just wanted to actually shoot this interview with somebody that we've been working with and overall an amazing person that I want you guys to take this video and really learn something about what he did and kind of like how he was able to sign his first client under 30 days for $1,000 real estate client. He'll go in and tell you a little bit more about himself and kind of how he's able to do this. Man, take on the show. Let them know who you are, a little bit about you, because I know a lot. They don't know anything. So give them an overall view, man.
All right. So my name is Pham. I'm 22 years old, and like Min said, I joined the program about less than a month ago. And right now, I'm not running my agency full time. I'm still having a full time job, and just trying to make something happen with my agency. And so at the beginning, I didn't really know like I know this can work. I can make money with this, but like I didn't really know like how to do this. So then I ended up like wasting not wasting, but like looking a lot of looking at a lot of videos on YouTube, and then I just kind of tired of like the circle. Like you look at one video and then people, and then this person say one thing, and then you go to another video,
Right.
the other person say a different thing. So it's just like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of this. And Alex January, Min's partner, reached out to me, and he kind of walked me through like a couple of questions about social media agency. And then we ended up like getting on a group chat with Min. And then next day I have a call with Min, and he kind of walked me through like everything that I should know that I didn't really know about before. So it's like, okay, so I was deciding, okay, like this is the time, like I'm gonna make an investment anyway, so you know what, like just try this, and we'll see. So I sign up for the course, and follow the guidelines. But I think the big thing is that for me is time management. Like I said, I have a full-time job, so it's kind of challenging for me to allocate time. But I was able to squeeze in some time before and in between my work. So and like consistently prospect with people, and my try my best to book meetings, and eventually sign my first client in real estate.
Awesome, man. That's great. I mean, that's pretty much the story from the beginning to end. I wanted to just ask you a few questions in between so everybody can walk away with a piece of like kind of value from you. So one of my biggest questions, like when you talk about time management, how are you kind of like structuring your day right now to specifically be able to reach out, get on demos, and on top of that, work a 9 to 5 as well?
it it's a lot. It's actually because it's not only time management, uh, but also the like I guess self adjustment, because like I quit coffee, like first of all, because um I don't know, like it's just a personal thing for me. I don't want
Right.
to rely too much on coffee. So I
100%.
I, I want to be able to like get out of bed and not being able to rely on coffee, and get to work right away.
Yep.
And that, and like adjust a lot of personal things, like you know I barely even play any video games anymore. Before, dude, I'm telling you, I play a shit ton of video game after work.
Right.
But when
Right.
I like commit 100% on this agency thing, like uh, like my free time was just sending LinkedIn invitations, sending emails, and sending Facebook messages to
Right.
try to find like try to book a meeting, if I can. So yeah, it's just discipline. So yeah,
100%. Okay.
be disciplined, and believe in what you're doing. Like
Right.
believe that the first few months gonna be definitely super hard, super challenging, and it's still gonna be challenging. But like once you got through the first few months, then you get used to the challenge, and you're gonna be able to keep conquering your challenges.
Right. And I feel like one of the biggest thing that sets a lot of people apart, and I see a lot of people post this, is like, hey, like entrepreneurship, running an agency, either you sprint or you take it like a marathon. So I'm actually glad you actually look at it like, hey, it's going to take a few months for you to actually catch up on things and set the right expectations. Because a lot of people on social media, a lot of people that sell courses, et cetera, tell like, hey, join, you get a client within 30 days. I don't say anything. I'm like, hey, listen, I have all the value that you possibly can use, need, etc. I'm not guarantee you anything because at the end of the day, I know the person who's going to win is the person that puts in more hours. So when you say like, hey, I pretty much stopped video games, I'm like, dude, that's why you got a client, right? Because a lot of people would just like, oh, I'm gonna just take it day by day and just maybe outreach here, maybe here. I did 5
That,
today, 10 today, but you actually put in the mindset, believed in yourself because there's a lot of things that come into discipline. Like that takes time. Like it doesn't like going to the gym. You can't just go 7 days straight because next week you'll probably go like once, right? So setting your mindset right, which is about all about discipline. I feel like discipline, your mindset, et cetera, is why you got to where you're at. Forget the skills, forget the knowledge because you put in the work, right? It takes
yeah,
mindset and discipline to be able to learn these skills. Because, dude, within the first like 2 weeks when joining the course, like I barely even get messages from people when they join. They're like, cool, let me just watch the course, etc. And maybe they reach out a month, 2 months later. Why? You literally hit me up every single day with questions like, hey, I got a question about the course. Hey, can you send me? And that is like at the end of the day, most people's like, hey, dude, like, why would you want a student to do that? Because I actually love when people succeed. Like literally, I love it. Like a lot of people say that, but when you reach out for help, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help you. And I know you're gonna take action. So I don't mind kind of putting some effort out for 20, 30-minute calls. Like there's no other course person out there that just, hey, there's my value, take it, run with it, don't call me, don't text me. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
you want to talk to me? The value that I give you, you better take action, or else I wouldn't get on phone calls with you. It just makes no sense for me, and it does no good for you because it goes in one ear and out the other, right? So it's super. Dude, I'm fucking ecstatic when it comes to like helping people out, and to see you actually take actions. Like, hey, I signed my first client, and wow, I'm gonna be honest, you learned a lot faster than a lot of people. But I think it comes down to like, hey, I'm going to put my mindset and my discipline to it and just put hours of work into it. Because there's people, and for instance, myself, it took me over 3 to 4 months doing it full time to even sign my first client. But because you prioritize it, you actually made it, a very important thing in your life, in the daily life. You sign the client within, that 30-day period, which is amazing. Now it's just using that momentum. If you can kind of give everybody who's watching this like a tip where you're like, hey, because we kind of went over discipline, mindset, etc. Like besides that, maybe some stuff that you do every day that got you to where you're at, and you're pretty much just telling them one consistent thing. Obviously, there's a lot, but one consistent thing you feel like helped you the most when it came to signing your first client and continuing to get on demos weekly, etc.
So in terms of mindset, I would say every day I wake up, I would have like a little, you know, like self-talk. Like so, I would talk to myself that I would remind myself actually what my week, what are my goals for this week? Do I want to learn prospecting? Do I want to learn about backend system? Do I want to
Right,
learn about how to talk to people? So
right,
kind of go over the goals of your week, and then
right.
and then throughout the day keep reminding yourself that, like, keep monitoring yourself that, hey, is this action I'm taking at this moment gonna get me where I'm at by the end of the week? Or in other words, like, ask yourself, based on what I'm doing right now, do I
Right.
deserve my do I deserve my goal?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect. So to kind of rephrase that for everybody, it's just like, am I whatever I'm doing right now, does that move me a step closer to where I want to be at the
yeah,
end of the week, pretty much? And I'm glad you brought it up and you didn't say a month, 2 years, et cetera. And you said a week. It's because humans are just naturally impatient people, right? That's why you used to play video games a lot because video games gave you that dopamine of that like immediate satisfaction,
yeah.
right? Like that's why you played video games. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, business, running an agency, there's no immediate satisfaction. You're
No.
going to really have to set goals. And I hands down agree with you 100% on like self-talk, reminding yourself of your goals, etc. because, there's some days specifically for me where I'll feel lost. But then this is weird, but I do most of my self-talk in the shower because that's when I'm able to actually just exit from the, society, the world, business, etc., and just have time to myself. And I'll think of the most brilliant ideas and just remind myself of like kind of what I'm doing, right? Because running, three different companies, it's not like an easy thing. But a lot of people's like, hey, why don't you just focus on one? I'm like, I want to think big. I'm not here to just do one. One's too easy, right? And I want to be able to build such a powerful. And I have a high for being like, stressed out and kind of like overworked, because that's when I know I'm actually putting effort in, right? And there's an 8-year journey of a basketball story that I never told anybody that gave me that mindset. And
Yeah.
all it gives is mindset. Why? If you didn't develop that mindset, you can send out 10 messages and tomorrow go to bed and not even wake up to do
Nah,
anything because you never
that's not
established
how I
that.
roll.
Literally. So overall, the biggest tip is like, guys, set goals, have your mindset straight, remind yourself of the goals because you're going to get lost.
Achievable goals.
Right. Achievable goals is a perfect thing too. So I can bring this up. This is what I used to do. There's goals that you aren't in control of, and then there's goals that you are in control of. For instance, I'll give you an example. Like income goals are very uncontrollable because you possibly can't control somebody saying yes or no. But hey, controllable, achievable goals is like, hey, can I send out 50 messages? That's on you. There's enough businesses, there's enough time in a day for you to send out 50 messages. So focus on, those goals that you can control and slowly work and just continue working. And I have an analogy. Work so hard, the universe doesn't have an option but to make you successful. Because everybody who are successful worked hard. Nobody got it easy.
Yeah.
You can, dude, if I can
Agree.
work hard for 9 years and that last 10 years I'm successful, I'll take it. I'll roll. Because I know as long as I don't give up,
Hmm.
I'm good. Because you'll keep on learning. You're a human. You're going to keep absorbing knowledge, right? Overall. So, wow, like, what is one thing that you learned specifically, that kind of gave you like the momentum to keep on rolling forward? Like, for instance, go into your goals, man. Like, honestly, like, besides like business, obviously people have personal life goals, right? We're going to get deep. Like, we're going to get into like what exactly drives you every day to be able to do what you do. Because at the end of the day, as much as we love money and can, helping people out, there's a deeper reason on why you're motivated and continue to be motivated to get to where you are. So what's some personal goals that you have specifically?
So it it's all because of this pandemic, to be honest. And
Cool.
I saw a lot of people around. They got laid off. They got their
Right.
job. You know, like they lost a job because of
Right.
this. And then eventually, I want to be financially independent. And
Awesome.
I love my job. The job I'm doing right now, but I want to get to the point that the job I'm doing is not gonna be like the main source of income for me anymore. It's just gonna be like a hobby for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to grow my agency to the point that can give me financial independence. So
Awesome.
what that means is that I can step away for, let's say, a month or a month and a half, and then it can still be running. Um,
Right.
and the income flow is still flowing. So
Hmm.
that's my goal. Is
Awesome.
yeah.
So this whole coronavirus pretty much got you to be hella motivated. It's like, yo, I can't be like those people because I
No,
know. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. This shit's gonna happen again, and it's gonna
pretty
continue to
much.
happen. Right? It's gonna happen year after year after year, and whoever's not prepared for it, you're done. Right? That's why a lot of people during this time are investing in themselves because they know if you go back to that 9 to 5, and I said this, I think on my Instagram or on one of the videos I recently uploaded on YouTube. It's these big billionaire, millionaire CEOs are waiting for you to go back to work so you can make them money. That's what they're waiting for. They don't give a about you go back to work. They want you to go back to work to make the money because that's all you're doing, right? For instance, why you have a 9 to 5. Every activity that you do, awesome, you're getting paid, but you know how much more money the CEO of your company makes every hour that
Yeah.
you put in, right? So the
I think
analogy,
like the proportion is like $1 I make would make the CEO like $4 or $5. So
awesome. So that's like just multiplying his revenue over time. As long as he's sleeping, you're working, he's cool.
yeah.
But here's the thing though, everybody wants to build that, but nobody realized how hard it is to get there. right? So you're like, hey, I'm tired of making people money. I want to make myself money. And your end goal is to be able to automate everything so much that you can take yourself out, go for a vacation, and be able to just let it run streamline, right? Which is something Alex and I are personally working on right now. And every decision that we make, we're like, hey, how can we streamline this? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're in your own rat race. If you look at it, running an agency in the beginning, you're working a 9 to 5 for yourself. At least it's for yourself, guys. At least you're working
Yeah.
9 to 5 for yourself, and it's going to pay off at the end as long as you keep on pushing. But that's awesome. Like having that mindset, like, hey, I don't want to go back to listen. I love what I do, but I have to have another stream of income. And here,
Yeah.
everybody on this chat who thinks entrepreneurship, business, it's going to be a road of just being yourself, no friends, no nothing. That's completely wrong. You're going to burn out fast. When Vlad talked about, hey, this is like my hobby, I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking happy that you said that, because if you just continue working on your business, grind, which I told you earlier, humans are impatient and you don't have that immediate satisfaction, you're gonna burn out. But
Yeah.
because you have a side hobby, which is obviously your 9 to 5, which is amazing, getting paid for your hobby, you can't ask for better.
Yeah.
That's able to let you kind of take out of your business a little bit, actually enjoy what you're doing, because hobbies are supposed or meant to be enjoyable. Like, you know what I mean? You want to enjoy, like playing video games and getting paid. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting paid to do one of the things I love to do. Awesome, perfect. But that's how you can take yourself out of it. So anybody trying to start an agency, do anything, have a hobby. For instance, for me, every single day, I try to do some type of physical activity. Basketball is my hobby,
Mm-hmm.
right? So overall, I'll go play basketball right after, just doing some work in the agency. Obviously, I can control when I work and when I don't work, but at the same time, I'm prioritizing my clients right now, which is, they can call me within 5 to 7, 5 to 7 o'clock. Like after 7, I'm like, cool, don't call me. You know what I mean? But until then, I can sacrifice certain things. Um, can kind of just to cut it short. I mean, it's been a little bit over 20 minutes, I know, but I would just personally end this with kind of like, what are some goals you have for the future? Because you did say, hey, when I joined this, in 60 days, I'm signing my first client. You got it for under 30 days. So now we got to set some different goal. And you probably, sat down and kind of set some goals yourself. What is your goal, man? Like for the next 3 months, and just put it out there. My biggest thing is just put it out to the universe, let people hold you accountable, and you just work every single day to get there. So what is your goal in 3 months, man?
Yeah.
Let the
So
people know.
at this point, I want me 3 months from now, which is August.
Right.
So 3 months from now, I want to be at 5,000, and
Awesome.
then by the end of the year, hopefully $10,000 in
Awesome.
revenue. And then I haven't talked about profits, so I want to be at $10,000 in revenue by the end of this year.
Awesome. Cool. So overall, within 3 months, be at 5K per month in revenue. End of the year, 10K in recurring revenue overall. My
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing is try to make sure like you stay as profitable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because at the end of the day, what's the point of making 100K if you're only taking home
Yeah.
10,000? Like, why would you
Right.
deal with that stress, right?
Yeah.
So that's an amazing goal. That's such a very achievable goal, and I know for a fact you're going to achieve that, because for you, like, you're just going to keep repeating it, continue to do the task, and you're in the industry. As long as you can deliver results, man, people is going to be begging to can work with you.
Yeah.
Here's $2,000, $3,000, because as you grow your skill, your confidence, you're going to be able to charge a little bit more. And I can't wait to see where you're going to go, man. I'm so excited. We're going to keep this communication. I know this is not the last interview we're going to make. Probably going to make an end of the year 10K. He reached his goal type video too. So I can't
Bro.
wait for that. Dude, man, I'm ready to just see you succeed and really take to the next level. And I just want to see everybody, watching this video. You guys have to understand anything that's possible as long as you put your mind to it. Dude, we're not special. We're humans.
No,
I drink Starbucks coffee. I have an iPhone like a lot of people do. And, I live under a roof. Like everybody's normal.
we're
But what
not born.
happens in
We're
here?
not born knowing how to do social media agency, bro.
100%. You're not born to do anything. You're not born to walk, not born to talk, not born to eat, not born to nothing. All you're born to do is just breathe, which just happens, right? But there's
Yeah.
two things that guarantee in life, which is taxes and death, and those are the only two things that you're a guarantee. Okay, so let me just end it like this. Why? I'm gonna let you leave everybody with the number one tip you got to give them, and then we'll kind of exit, let you go back to doing your thing. But what's one thing, advice specifically for everybody who's looking to join an agency, you would give them right now, where it should give them like that motivation and just, hey, do it today? Like what type of tip, what type of advice would you give them from your
So
experience and
I'm
knowledge?
gonna uh I'm gonna end the video with a quote I learned from a famous YouTuber. Is that you have to sacrifice the things in your life, or your life's gonna be the sacrifice.
Wow, that's great. What YouTuber was this, man?
Alex Becker.
Alex
Alex
Becker. Love
Becker.
Alex, man. That's actually, dude's, he's a great person to watch, but that's crazy. So sacrifice things in your life or else you have to sacrifice your life.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like, okay, awesome. That's so beautiful. If you guys don't understand
I,
that, go
I have
watch
I
Alex
have I have
Becker.
I have it right here.
Where? Oh, you have it right there?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Oh,
He
my
has it
background.
on a piece of paper. Yeah, yeah, I can see a little bit for sure. That's like back in elementary school when they told you to write the name tag and
Yeah.
then you just put it on your desk. That's crazy. But that's pretty much what you look at every single day. And that's a beautiful way to end out the video. And everybody, you guys have to understand today is the day for you to take action and doing whatever you want to do in life. Because if Juan decided to get off the phone call with me and not invest and, you know, not take a step forward to, you know, building his agency, we would not be on this call. He would not have a client and he would not continue to have a client or the knowledge that he has and people around him, which is super important. Any last words, man, before we go ahead and end it off?
I For those of you out there who haven't signed a client yet, keep being consistent, keep executing. It's gonna come
Awesome,
eventually.
man. I love that. I love that. All right, man. Thank you so much for being on the call. I appreciate it. I know we're going to talk, you know, daily. So I really appreciate you taking your time out. I know you got, you know, work and stuff like that. But everybody, if you like the video, click the subscribe button, like, and also comment below. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys later.